javelin to cross the gap. You were able to cross it safely to the far side. Um, Rather than climbing the exposed exterior, you chose to enter the city from below, moving into the mountain carved interior. Inside, the city revealed itself as an ancient dwarven gnomish city. It was eerily preserved with uh, artificial lighting, grand stonework, and strong signs of devotion to the god Moradin, the Allhammer. Um, you encountered ghostly customs officer who still believed the city was alive, functioning in a much older age. The group realized that spirits seem to be stuck in repeating routines, only appearing when living creatures come near them. Once inside the city proper, the party confirmed Corrrix is effectively a frozen dead civilization, immaculate, untouched, and seemingly destroyed all at once by some catastrophic event. You then spent several hours exploring the city, each uncovering something different. You Felix followed the city's market life and found his way into a hidden alley run by suspicious merchants. Uh, you ended up getting some rare spices and alchemical ingredients, including some whose even his patrons seem to recognize. Yep, Carrick wandered into the city's more scholarly or civic spaces, discovered an ancient map of Exandria marked with teleportation circles. Uh, Fell spent his time speaking to the city's religious echoes and examining its temples, shrines, and layout. Pieced together that Corrrix was not just a lost ruin, but a holy working city, one where craft, labor, and divine purpose were all intertwined. Uh, Christopher, alongside Fell, was eventually brought into a vault and preserved relics and arms among the well-crafted uh, and mostly lesser enchanted items. The standout was the Manual of Gainful Exercise, a powerful relic that you could read over the 48. You needed to read for 48 hours over the course of a week. Um, uh, while alone, Felix was contacted by Nintra Ciota, uh, who warned that a moment was coming when he would need to do the right thing. Carrick successfully copied several teleportation circles, one to Asarius in Jorhas, one to Port Damali in the Menagerie Coast, one to Iman in Teldore, a location in Isilra, a location in the Shattered Teeth, and a location in Marquette. Those are unknown. Uh, let's see, anything else? You did learn that the current state of the city may not be permanent, and restoring the spear could possibly help free the city and these ghosts who are kind of stuck. You stayed overnight at one of the anvil houses. The next morning, you went on to the Great Central Anvil House and declared themselves pilgrims seeking a trial to reach the tree up top. The priest took blood from each party member and explained how to explain the trials that they would be passed through. There were 4 trials that they had to each take one of. Fell took the trial of strength, Carrick took the trial of wit, Christopher took the trial of will, and Felix took the unknown 4th pass. The session ended as the group led into a massive chamber filled with thousands of ghostly spectators gathered to watch the pilgrims begin their trials. So, yeah, you're standing in that central room. There's these 4 elevators that you have all kind of walked into, and pressed your button to start. With that, we can probably just roll a dice to see who goes first. We'll say 4 of you. We'll say Felix is 1, Carrick is 2, uh, Christopher is 3, and Fell is 4. We'll just do it in front of the board. Doot, 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 doot. Boop. 3. So Christopher goes first. So let me go get to my notes. Okay. So Christopher, you're going up your up this tunnel. Everything goes pitch black, even with your uh, dark vision. You can't see anything around you. The first thing that you get is the smell of great food and the sound of a band playing in the background, um, and then a whiff of the open road and the mountains and things harkening back to your time when you just kind of explored and did whatever you want whenever you wanted it. A simpler time than what you have now. As the those smells first come through, then your vision starts to come back as light seems to start resurfacing, as if a sunrise, and you stand on a path at the beginning of a long road, um, on a sky that is right now at about dawn, but quickly becomes something in between dawn and dusk. Not high noon, not that, just that those nice sunlight hours. As you look forward, you can see a path that splits multiple ways. Just every little bit, there seems to be another way that it splits. One of those roads is where you smell the food. The other one rings of music. The other leads up to a giant open country with a huge mountain. Um, looks over with something interesting to explore. Each path feels like it knows you. A voice carried from nowhere and everywhere asks you only this: what do you choose when every choice could be yours? So, kind of up to you. Which way do you head?
We got food, we got open country, and what's the other one?
The other one's just like it looks like a city with music and things. It's just an ocean of possibilities open in front of you, essentially. And although with that, there is also the one straight track heading seemingly to nowhere.
And the whole thing of this is right. We want to face our fears, right? Or not?
You do not know. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
trial. This year's is called the Trial of Will.
Uh, Forward, onwards to the path of continuance.
So, sorry, which way do you go?
The one with the open road, I think.
Sorry, I listened. Just close the door right when you said the one that just is straightforward.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. As you continue straight forward in these paths behind you, kind of as you walk, you see that it doesn't seem like you are going anywhere, but like as you walk, the paths leave, and then a new path comes up. A like not even a full path, just like a stop with people around a campfire, just telling stories, pulling out this huge rack of meat. These all uh, people sitting there cooking, laughing, looking a little confused about what to do with all this food. A bagpipe player standing on top um, of a cart, just playing some dulcet tones. Uh, and as you keep walking, um, uh, more of these choices are presented to you. Do you stay on the straight and narrow, or do you go off towards these other very enticing decisions that through your entire life has kind of been what you do? Change, pick up a new hobby every 15 minutes. Change what you want to do. The Yeah.
Keep going, and I kind of whisper under the breath that they're burning the meat and they're out of tune on the bagpipe.
Make a as you keep walking, make a Constitution saving throw. enough. You keep walking. These enticements, even as you pass by some of these camps, you just are becoming tired. Um, but you're able to push through as the light of day has not changed. So we'll say that from there you have started your way down this trial and have made what you think is good progress. A mountain looks like it's getting, or not the mountain, but the road. You're definitely traveling somewhere, but where that might be, you don't know. But it seems at least you're keeping in mind your actual purpose of um, of that. So next, we'll roll the die again.
Constitution save?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh no. I was saying we're gonna pivot to the next person as you are well on your way through the beginning of your trial. So one, that is Felix. So Felix, same thing kind of happens. You are heading up a dark chamber. You can't see anything. Um, yours doesn't get accompanied by these other nice smells, and that what you end up hearing first is just a small sway with almost the sound of metal grinding against metal. And then in front of you, shining, is a golden chain with the chain uh, is this chain makes the ones that you saw down in the holding up the city in under the earth look small. It's giant golden chains. Make a perception check as they appear. 26. You see as that does as the chains sway, they're beautiful, golden, perfect. You then see veins of red black light running through the links every once in a while, like blood through a bone, like just small veins that are offsetting in comparison to the gleaming gold that you see. Um, and then a voice that you know quite a bit. Nintra comes and says, "Well, I wasn't expecting to see you so soon, Felix, but here's your time to shine. We need this chain broken." We know that as you break these chains, you've gotten more powerful, correct? So here is another one. I can't touch it, unfortunately. Perhaps you can figure out how to break it.
Do I get any like? So I had that one. What was that one thing I used to break the chains of those dudes? I forget what that was. Do I still have that? I don't know.
Oh, the thieves, the key.
Yeah, I still have that.
Yeah, you should. It's the
Oh, infiltrator's key. It's just at the bottom.
Infiltrators. Yeah.
I think Felix is gonna kind of like just grab that, like he's gonna grip it, and I don't know if he wants to do anything with it yet.
Okay.
But he's gonna step to the chains and kind of like rattle them with his hands.
Okay. You rattle the chains with your hands. Make an intelligence saving throw as you rattle the chains with your hand. Okay, 15. A 15, you aren't going to take any psychic damage, but you do feel like you're something trying to inside your brain, like warp and scramble it, like into seeing. You see like a temporary vision of um like a what you would assume an angel would look like wrapped in these golden chains, but then as it changes, it almost turns into like this miasma of smoke, and you see barbed teeth coming out of it, an eye in some strange corner of it, and then it warps back to um, warps back into a this angelic form wrapped in golden chains. Um, with that, after that, make a wisdom saving throw after you see these visions. Yowzers, Bowsers. Roll 1d6. Get a 6. Um, so as part of this, you feel a sudden thrill down your back as you gain a piece of minor madness. Uh, so from the future, you will receive a subtle thrill whenever confronted with sealed lore, hidden power, or dangerous magic. So
What did you say it was called? One like token of madness?
it's a piece of minor
One piece minor madness. Okay.
specifically that whenever you're confronted with something similar to this, sealed lore, hidden power, or dangerous magic, you are um, titillated almost to the need to investigate.
We don't kink shame here.
So, and I would say that with that, then like after that save, like you are enthralled by what it would mean to break this chain, but at the same time, with that intelligence save, know that what's being presented isn't quite right. So you kind of have these two competing emotions in your head. Of one is the interest in what is this that you just got that madness from, and the other is uh, leeriness about being tricked.
Right.
I think that's a good place for you to think on, and we'll go to the next person. I guess it's 1 and 2 will be Felix, or not Felix, Carrick, and 3 and 4 will be uh, Fell. So Carrick, your trial starts in a similar way. Pure darkness, and then here's the first one I made. You come up, and from yours, you get to these perfect marble steps. And what you start seeing is a great hall. And as you like take a step onto that first step, you hear like your step makes an echo of a grand empty hall. And then as you continue to move up, you are inside of a library so vast it feels like it was built by the gods. Shelves rise in possible rows, vanishing into the gloom above. The air smells of parchment, dust, and old candle smoke. Somewhere in the distance, pages turn, though no hand touches them. At the center of the chamber lounges a sphinx, paws crossed, wings tucked, eyes bright with knowing amusement. It watches you for a long moment and speaks. I will ask you only one thing. Tell me your name. Or tell me my name, not your name. That would be an easy one.
Eric Friananthium.
Pronounce my name. You may search, you may think, you may guess, but when you answer, you only answer once. And then it goes back to sleep as you are put into this this room of infinite knowledge that, hell, you could just stay here and not answer the Sphinx ever. You you have some decisions to make. What do you start to do? There's looking around. There's a little like box Dewey Decimal System type thing. What's the fantasy version of Dewey Decimal System? What's a funny word for that? What's a funny play on word?
Game.
I don't know.
So okay, looking at the little like Dewey Decimal System situation, am I seeing anything unusual minus the fact that it's infinite knowledge? Like, is anything standing out to me?
Make an investigation check. A 24. What you see is as you go through this is like you see like the magic, like history of magics, different magical studies. You see things just about history, but one that kind of thinks into your brain is there's a whole section of history, myth, specifically lineage, songs, and private memories. And the private memories kind of sticks on you, is like, why would a book have private memories in it,
Okay.
so to speak?
Maybe I'll try to go find that section then.
Yeah, that's easy enough to find that section. Do you have anything specific that you'd want to look for?
Private memories. Well, first I'm trying to see what it even is. Is it like my memories? Like maybe I just like start looking at the titles to see like what I get a feeling of here.
Okay. Since you're just kind of browsing, let's do a perception check. A 6. You see the titles on this. A lot of the books just don't even have titles, so you just have to kind of start pulling them off the shelf to do it. And you see just like these like almost personal diaries of people, like, and as you flip through, it's a man describing the birth of his child in the city of Rexentrum, and things like that. It's with that perception, I'll say, also with that, because the investigation was good, we'll kind of go in between. You're you're good, like you feel like you're on the right track. It's just going to take a lot of time, as these, you know, there's just, like we said, an infinite number of tomes, and weirdly, right behind this section that you're in is an entire section of the like very well labeled, much more fancier books that are talking about the history and advancement of dunamancy. So that might also be why your perception is bad. There is something infinitely more interesting to you behind you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about these random people's memories.
And maybe you take a little dip into that.
Yeah.
Even though you're like probably positive that that is not going to give you the name of this.
Yeah, I might take a little detour.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you take that detour to do that, here, I have to write things down. That is Felix, Corrrix, Bell, and Christopher. Hey, With that, we'll go to our last person in Fell. Where is yours? Where is yours? Yours isn't the last. There it is. You come to the top of yours, and what you are actually in is like a light dusting of snow, walking up to a nice yet humble house. Lit from within with a soft golden light, smoke curling out the chimney. The door hangs slightly open, and you feel a very strong sense of you know this house. It feels so familiar as you kind of walk through. Like even the smell of the wood coming out smells like that of something that you've smelled before, and probably most to you as you remember the feeling of being inside that house. And for a second, you have a thought that, oh, nothing's been lost in my life. From somewhere behind you comes the sound of distant marching, faint, far away, and fading. Ahead of you is a life that you should have had. What do you do?
Yeah, I approach the door and
Okay.
push it
You
open.
approach the door. As you come in, you hear the familiar sounds of a bustling house getting dinner ready. Kids kind of playing in the background. Just the ordinary domestic details of life. As you get there, you see a much younger version of your son open the door and say, "Dad, you're home. Dinner's just about ready. Come on." And runs in and like kind of pulls you into the house. You sit down to a meal, your wife, your other kids all sitting there. It's this beautiful, ham steak and corn and some fresh baked bread. How is Thel feeling in this moment as he's invited into um, a life that, while not taken away from him, is probably the best way I could put from it.
Um, yeah, I mean, they'll most likely, before entering this, understanding that it was going to be a trial, knowing the information that he did from his talks with the ghostly spirit, understanding what these trials tend to do, and he had kind of prepared himself that he probably would see ghosts of his past, quite literally. And so he is torn. He's absorbing the moment as best that he can. Obviously understanding, a part of his brain understanding that this isn't real, but that doesn't make it both heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And like as you take a bite of the food, like yes, like that in the back of your head, you take a bite of the food. As you take a bite of the food, make a wisdom saving throw. 28. Geez, Maurice, everything is going pretty good. You take a bite of the food and it tastes like a distant memory of like what you ate back when you had this family life. But that creeps through is that you know it's fake. It would be so easy to pretend it's not, just with how this food tastes. It'd be so easy, but just kind of You've learned through these travels that the pain and the grief has happened, and you've been lucky enough to have something on the other side, and that's kind of like maybe a thread that you hold on to is that your son is still alive in actual world, and this is something fake. Um, okay, we'll leave you there and switch back to Felix. Um, Felix, what are you doing? Wait, Felix, who we started with? No, Christopher. Christopher, what are you doing? Are you still just trudging on the road?
I think I'm going to try and pick it up to a jog. It's a little
You
jog.
start picking it up to a jog. Okay. Make an athletics check. Geez, Maurice. I guess it's not that impressive when the modifiers are +10, +9, +10. Like the only ones that you guys have really beefed are the ones that are like +2. So yeah, you pick it up to a jog, and as you pick it up to a jog, you see these. You really start to begin looking like, yes, all these things that are going by are just that. They're fleeting trysts. There's no purpose in them besides a distraction. Whereas where you're running towards now, and as you see, like as you start picking up this jog, that tree or the tree that you saw from the city seems to be starting to get closer. While all these other things, you turn around, they're immediately gone. Kind of, this test is of your will, and it's a will to have a purpose, to have an actual dedication, as opposed to just living life fancy free, and at a moment's notice, I will drop this and just go off into the woods and uh, build a hut for a bit, and then when I want to come back, that this purpose has actually made you stronger, and you are jogging down, and I'll say even with the 25, that jog turns into a sprint, turns into uh, a full force run. Your lungs are starting to burn, but it feels good running towards this purpose. And suddenly, you step out after one more step and are standing in front of, or the sun sets, it's black, and then you're standing on the top of the city, lightning bolts striking all around you, standing in front of a 500 to 700 foot tree, but totally alone. You have passed your trial.
I was ready to start throwing cheese at stuff too as a sacrifice. I don't trust the tree, so I throw cheese at that too.
Yes, as you throw the cheese, it splats, and you are instantly notice that you are in the real world again. However, as you do just land up here first, make a dexterity saving throw. I will say you do not get danger sense on this.
Yep.
14. You take 4 points of lightning damage as off to the right of you, one of those bolts connects with the ground. So you're up here, but being up here is dangerous. So hopefully your friends will be up here soon. Okay. One second, I need to get some water. I'm talking too much. But it'll be Felix's turn next. What are you doing, Felix? Your hands recoiling after touching this chain.
Yeah, I think I am going to take the key and place it against the chain and see if that works the same way as it did against the chains for these people.
Yep.
See if that works.
Okay. You see, as you put that key into it, the gold on it kind of melts and starts surrounding the key and pulling the key in. But you get the sense that something might happen here, but this key is gone with whatever happens.
Okay.
Do you continue?
Yeah. I'm not
Yep.
worried about the key.
Not worried about the key. As you put it in and turn it, and your hand goes essentially into it, you watch as a giant crack forms on one side of the chain. It looks almost completely severed. However, the other side is still holding on, as if this was an honorable sacrifice that did much of the work, but perhaps another sacrifice is needed, not just of corporeal or of worldly goods or things like that. Perhaps it's a deliberate act of severance on your part, or something like that. Nintra's still sitting there, tapping her foot, just going, good, halfway there.
Okay. Felix is thinking. Felix is gonna take the sword out of his hand, or out of his pack, or whatever. He's gonna sheath the sword. He's gonna cut off his hand.
Oh shit!
And he's going to feed it into the veins between the links of the chain.
Okay. You are going to cut off your own hand. Which hand? Yeah. Your left hand?
His non-dominant hand. So yeah, his left hand.
Okay. Well, that is plenty of sacrifice. As you cut off.
We're gonna do a finger, hand, but I don't know that a finger would have been enough.
As you cut off your hand, let's first
Should I roll attack damage on myself? It's piercing. It's not.
It's fine. But it's a knife. Yeah, roll an attack roll to see if you cut through it cleanly.
Yikes.
What's your armor class?
16.
16.
Can I take this with advantage knowing that I'm doing this?
Sure, you can have advantage attacking
yourself.
You can't have sneak attack though.
I don't want sneak attack. Oh my god, I don't do it at all. So what it comes up is like hanging off.
I will say that you with those two it does come off, but you take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And you have a bleeding stump. That I assume you just wrap up.
Yeah.
You permanently have disadvantage on sleight of hand checks.
That sucks.
I mean, you have one hand now.
I know.
Where's Quinta? What is it, Flax? We need our
Swinton.
Yeah.
Swinton.
You could definitely get a prosthetic built by someone that you know. I'll say that. You have disadvantage until you get a prosthetic.
Okay. That's fine.
However, as the chain breaks, as that like goes in, like you see like almost like your hand as it gets absorbed into this red and black and gold, it like becomes this almost monstrous version of your hand that grabs the other chain and bends it, not to where it cracks, but where it bends the other side to be big enough to go over, and then the chain slacks down and disappears in both directions. You hear an ear-piercing sound that you can't quite describe if it's evil or good or bad or of this world, or it is a sound that you cannot comprehend, reinforcing that madness that you got before. Second, there's one other thing. Yes, make one more wisdom saving throw as that sound happens. Oh, good. Roll a d6. Okay. As that happens, the chain's going by, you see your reflection, and in this reflection, you see yourself almost looking a little taller, sharper, and more imposing than you are. And this is just, at times, you will see that instead of your actual reflection. It's another technically a minor bout of madness. If you hadn't succeeded that, you would have gotten a major bout of madness. However, with that, you feel from your warlock patron that has just happened, and having unleashed whatever you did, let's see, make this what are they called? Warlock. Take me to the warlock. You aren't going to level up as a warlock, but you are going to... What level warlock are you right now?
3.
On 4th, you would get just an ability in ASI. Eldritch I always call them evocations, but they're Eldritch invocations. Roll 20, not loading. Do. Give me the list of them. Don't tell me what they are. I'm going to say you can choose any one of these Eldritch invocations up to your actual character level. So where you would normally need to be like a 15 or like a 15th level warlock, you can choose, or up to level 13, you can do them.
Okay, so select one of these up to 13th level.
Yes. So, like, normally you wouldn't be able to do Ghostly Gaze, but you can do that.
Okay, I'll take a look at this.
This should be all of them. The only thing, they only go up to. I'll just say you're able to pick any of these. It only goes up to 15th level, anyways. You can pick
Okay.
any one. But probably not any of the ones that are like Pact of the Chain, Pact of the like your Pact of the Tome. So, but otherwise you can choose any of them, and then
Any of them that I have the prerequisite that aside from the level.
yes.
Got it. Okay, I'll figure one out.
Let me make sure that's the full list. Yeah, that should be the full list. So that is your reward, but you did take your other penalties. However, as that happens, Nintra looks and says, "Good job. 2 more to go." And disappears as you leave this area and arrive right next to Christopher in front of this tree. We won't make a dexterity saving throw. It's fun. As another lightning bolt comes down on your side as you arrive. Yeah, you avoid completely. Nothing hits you. Like, as it comes down, you're like staring at your hand like that's not there anymore and like jump to the side. Look at that little dude. What's up, little dude? What's his name?
A deer.
A deer?
Yep.
A-D-I-E-R?
A-D-I-R.
I-R. Does he have a middle name?
Jacob.
The Dear Jacob.
Yep.
Dear Jacob Chapman.
Was for you, Jake. We're thinking of you.
Absolutely. How could you not?
Not
like it was, in the Bible or any other.
I was thinking Felix too, just to make people.
It was a 50-50. Couldn't really decide.
Is Felix in the Torah?
We'll see. I'll have to look, yeah. Bell or Christopher the Barbarian, yeah.
Christopher the Barbarian. Doesn't look like it. There was a man on the U.S. Supreme Court Justice named Felix Frankfurter. That's a wild name in today's world.
What do you guys think would be better to have Speak with Dead or Arcane Eye? Here's the...
Speak with what?
Speak with Dead. I'll send it. Just
And
send it.
Arcane Eye. What does Arcane Eye allow you to do?
Invisible magic eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration. You may mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision up to 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. There's no limit to how far away from you the eye can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence. Solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. So basically, it's good for like, I guess like
Scouting ahead.
scouting ahead and stuff like that, which we kind of use Owl to do, but we haven't really done that recently. Maybe because we haven't really needed to. I think Speak with Dead might be more helpful. Or Bestow Curse, which I think would be fun. We can do that. Okay. I think we'll do that. Or 15th level invisibility at will. That might actually be better.
Invisibility at will.
Yeah, without using a spell slot.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I might do that actually.
Also,
Very Felix.
yeah, I was gonna say also fits what Felix was usually trying to do anyway.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. So that would be
So he's up there with me now.
Crowd of Shadow.
Cool.
Yeah,
Shroud of
Felix
Shadow.
is with Christopher.
I'm gonna come up to him and like I come confess that I had to make a terrible sacrifice and give up a whole pound of our cheese.
No.
And
Meanwhile,
hands,
Felix
but
just
one of them
holds up
completely-
stumpy hand.
What the fuck?
Hey, there's a baby around.
It's true.
okay.
Okay, sick.
Next up is oh, that's the wrong place. Next up is Corrrix. Where am Jesus Christ? This thing is too long. There we go. Yeah, so you're back at that. You've been reading through a book that seems about not what you need. It's all theoretical. Nothing's really, it's not helping you in any way. It's just very interesting.
Okay.
Because it is still like this type of magic that you don't understand. Like you can understand enough to do the, to cast it, but you don't understand where, like, it doesn't fit into all the other schools of magic. It's like a mixture of transmutation and evocation together, so it's just very piques your interest, but not necessarily, you're not getting anything usable out of this besides theoretical knowledge.
Okay.
So how long do you think you spend reading those types of books before you go back to the task at hand?
I could see easily like 30 minutes to an hour going away without me even realizing it.
Perfect. Yeah, what pulls you out is suddenly you hear like the thump 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 of the Sphinx's tail, which kind of reminds you like, oh yeah, I was here doing something. And you go back to the genealogy books and you start pulling them out. And going through them. Let's make another let's do an investigation check this time, as you're more, now that it's more like hey, let's take out the ones that make sense. A natural one, homie. You take out one and you're like, I need to focus. So you just take out one, pull it out, and you learn all about the genealogy of the the rulers of Amon up to the point where it went from, hey, it was this tyrant, it got taken over by this lady, Taldore, was that for 100-ish years, then was attacked by a dragon called Thordak and the Chroma Conclave, which then led to the dissolution of a monarchy and is now a council, and it's just like lines and spiders. It's like, what's that book that's impossible to read? The leaves.
The what?
Dang, it's very hard to read.
House
Like
of
things
Leaves.
fold. What?
House of Leaves.
House of Leaves, yeah. It's like folding out, and you have to like move things to like get this full genealogy, and so you're just stuck there, like trying. Half of it's just trying to figure out how to read this book.
Okay. Super fun.
I've never read House of Leaves. I just know it has a whole bunch of that stuff in it.
We're just all gonna be up by the tree, repeatedly taking dexterity saving throws, trying not to get hit by lightning while Corrrix is just reading books
what
for
the
like
biggest
hours.
problem is? You know who has the head of the javelin or the thunder spear? Corrrix, in the bag of holding. Like you can't do
that
much
tracks.
until he's there.
That definitely tracks.
Have you read House of Leaves, Jake?
It is on my list of 5,000 books. I don't know
It just
how long to.
looks.
It's intimidating.
Hard.
Yeah, it's intimidating. Grab it.
Anyways. Yeah, you lose probably another 30 minutes to an hour. But at this point, you stop, regain yourself. What do? You read all of this, and nothing about this is resonating with you. But I'll say, like, because like Fel and Christopher went and talked with these clerics about what these trials are, they're testing you in a way to either tempt you into your faults, like the things that are hard for you. So, like, you don't know this, but for Christopher, it was tempting him into following his nature as opposed to following a purpose. Your nature is to go deep and dive in these things and not maybe care about the personal as much. Like,
yeah,
you'd gladly not talk to people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you refocus your efforts to start looking through and trying to find something more personal to you or your friends or anything.
Okay.
I'd say that's some insight that you gain after this, like going through and just like spending an hour and a half just doing things slightly selfish.
Okay. So I start. So you said that a lot of these like don't even have titles and stuff. So how would I even find a particular, like, could I find a particular person if I tried, or?
Yeah, I mean, you can use spells, you can do things in here that could help you.
Hmm.
We don't have any way. Do we like? Was there a like messaging or something that we had?
You guys are all during this. You are in extra dimensional space.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Like you could sense things like with detect magic, there might be stuff with.
yeah, I mean, I guess I can use detect magic. I don't see why that would tell me anything, but I guess I'll use detect magic.
Okay, using detect magic, make an Arcana check with advantage as you look around. With advantage, so okay. Okay, 17. We can work with a 17. With a 17, you can like as you just start like you leave this section like because the like you said like the blank books are just I could open up each one and have no idea what I'm getting to. So you put your like more logical brain with your detect magic. It spans far enough. Like you kind of like push it to its limits. Like, is there something here that can help me? You come around and you do. You see a soft like cover of a small book that's kind of on a bottom shelf. And as you open it up, because it's glowing, it's the first one that is glowing. Um, you uh, see it is of um, a record of from a long time ago, where as you kind of flip through, it got like the preamble gives like a description of why this book exists. It's a list of registered um, tieflings in within the empire, because at a time they wanted to know who, like, what patrons, like, this was like way long ago when, Asmodeus was cast down to the bottom of the pit. They wanted to know what devil lords tieflings were associated with fear that some may come back. Like, very bad profiling. Not a. This is not a happy book, but it's like keeping a record of the people that we may have to keep a choice on. So, reading through that book, go ahead and make an investigation check, and this is to say how long it takes you to kind of root through this. Unless I'll say before that, is there anything specific with that description you want to look for?
Uh, I mean, I might immediately start looking for mentions of Felix, I guess, but
Okay, do it with advantage then. 22. You immediately flip to the section like where it shows like, hey, people that were in these places, like how did they get to Zadash? Like what do they have a record of Zadash? And and it's like as following that line, you land and sure enough there is a name in there that says Felix and there's um two uh like parent lines there, and Felix is kind of the last one. He has no other siblings. There is his father's name, and then there is another name that is scrubbed out.
I I can't read what it says at all. It's
So
like
it is just blank.
okay.
But you are smart enough to probably put together like that doesn't make sense. I met that woman.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, does Ryan, the player above table, remember Felix's mom's name?
Nope.
Which is very on brand.
Um. Yeah, I have no idea. Even Ryan has no idea.
Well, Ryan has no idea, I will let you make a history check with disadvantage. We're gonna say DC is 17. No, you remember part of it. Like it might have started with an S or an A. It's like on the tip of your tongue, but
Definitely Susan. Definitely Susan.
you are on the right track. I'll let you sit and think and maybe go through your notes if you have any.
Yeah, that's not going to be helpful.
And we will go back to Fel. Fel, I really liked the idea of Corrrix just because it is just a straight memory thing and caring about people that aren't yourself. So, anyways, Fel, you're sitting there having dinner. What do you do
Yeah,
in this situation?
I think one thing too to set the stage, because like I said, obviously in his long talk with that spirit at the religious house, he assumed, especially when he was going into the test of strength, it was going to go one of two ways. It was either going to be like a strength of his fortitude and his will, or a true physical strength test. So when he saw his house and he comes in the door, one of the first things he had done is he had taken his armor is kind of stacked in the corner, and his sword is leaning against the door. He's eating this meal. He's definitely trying to absorb and remember this. Some of these memories of this house with meals like this had faded. He's trying to kind of restock that so that he can vividly remember it, at times in the future. Absorbing the mundane, going through the dinner routine, going through the bedtime routine, putting the kids down, absorbing his wife's face and remembering all of that, but stands up and gives her one last hug and kisses his kids on the head, and then does head to the door and grabs his sword and walks out.
As you do that, there's confusion at the door, and the kids come and kind of grab at you and no, it's story time. Tell us about the adventures you went on with the fights that you had. You always have such great stories. And make a wisdom saving throw as they start doing this pleading to you. 13. It does start. It really weighs on you. This idea of, can I stay a few more minutes? Maybe a few more minutes is okay. Tell one of your stories. That's something you forgot as you took everything in. So we'll say that we'll just say you kind of can't leave, and okay, well, I'll just put him to bed. Try as you might, but it's just too personal to that. So, but with that, that's the one thing that happens. So you again give your wife a kiss and grab your stuff and leave the door, and walk out of the door. Do you put your armor on before you leave?
No, Thel does just grab the sword and leaves, feeling like if he stays long enough to put his armor back on, it might be too hard for him to leave. So,
okay. So you grab your sword and walk out. As you walk out, you are on top of the mountain with a bunch of trees, or with the tree in front of you. Make a dexterity saving throw as lightning hits the ground. 17, you avoid any damage. As you see off to your left, your armor is just doffed on the ground, and that's the lightning hits it. So you are currently unarmored at the top of the tree.
Thel will
Uh,
try and put his armor back on.
Okay. Start put. The time it takes to put armor on in 5e is heavy armor will take 30 minutes. I think that's right.
My focus is on the big stuff.
Yeah,
Throws
I'll
the
say that you
gauntlets
can
and the
get-
gloves but throws the chest plate on.
Okay, yeah. Let's see,
Or
how
no,
long does it
let's flip
take?
that. Like throws the gauntlets on, like throws some of the light stuff on, but not chest.
Oh, it takes 10 minutes. Sorry. So I'll say that you can get half of your normal AC on in a quick, like, you can't get the chest plate on quickly.
Yeah.
Like you need help to get that on. Okay. Back to Corrrix. Have you figured it out?
I pretty sure it's Stephanie.
Is that your final answer? Do you want to look around for possibly other hints?
I definitely look around. I have no idea.
Okay. Okay. Um. What do you look around for?
So, am I allowed to ask questions of the Sphinx? That
Sure.
yeah. Hey Sphinx, what's Felix's mom's name?
He just laughs. He's like, "You're close, but how would I know?"
Okay.
And he just just looks at you and just kind of gives you an answer of like, "You're on the right track. You're the one that's met her multiple times."
I mean, maybe I was not really there. Um. uh. How were the personal diary tombs organized?
He's like, alphabetically by writer.
Okay, I go back. I look for one for Felix.
Okay. Make a make an investigation check with advantage since you would be able to like put together where it is based off of the question you asked before. Okay, 27. You find it and it says like right there, Felix Zadash. Like perfect. You're able to run over there and find it. You flip it open and start like rapidly going through the pages, but it says like what you realize it's not a diary as much, it's like kids short stories. And so it like writes all the stories and at what you notice is that at the top of them it is a name that says like Felix, the date, and then a teacher's name, and the teacher's name says Sheena. And it comes rushing back to you that Felix's mother was a school teacher.
Ah, Sheena, of course. I've definitely never heard that name before.
Does anyone else remember what her name was?
Is it Sheila?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sheila, not Sheena.
Oh.
Damn.
I have it written down in multiple notes as Sheena, so Like,
No
I mean,
wonder
like,
Ryan couldn't remember.
I would have taken either.
I was really hoping he just had to ask the Sphinx its name, like he just had to talk to the Sphinx, and that was
That-
the
That would have been pretty. I think if you asked that, I would have accepted that answer.
It would have like insulted him first, and he'd have to get over being insulted, like that, like something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, outside of like the blank in the book, do I have any real reason to believe that the Sphinx's name is the same as Felix's mom? Like what? Like, because I can only answer once. Like, I feel like that's the direction you're leading me, but I don't know that I actually have that.
And you have an idea that this name was missing, that it had to be searched through in multiple ways. Like, you can make an intelligence check to connect the dots. But if you've connected the dots enough, then
Yeah. Okay.
like
Okay.
you feel that time is starting to become of the essence because you've been in here forever, and if you
Okay.
answer wrong, and maybe you still get out with a penalty, maybe like
Okay. All
So-
right. I tell the Phoenix, your name is Sheena.
and he says, close enough. And kicks you out. Or it's actually he turns into like instead of an actual beast, like turns into a stone version of himself with a door that opens. So you walk through the door, and you are now on top with everyone else. Make a dexterity saving throw. Whoa, those are really shitty rolls. You take 4 points of lightning damage as the lightning splashes down from the sky as you appear. Okay. With that, you guys are all at the top of this tower. I had no idea how long these were going to take. Ooh, let me do this real quick. No, that's going to take too long. No, this one will work. Whew. And then whoop, whoop, whoop. Sleep. You guys are all full.
Oh, you're doing it.
Okay, you're all there. So you all stand in front of this tree. Well, that's interesting. That's new. When you move people, it draws lines and says how far it is.
Oh,
Look at
Hey,
that.
that's actually
That-
really useful. Before, you would just like use the line jar to guess, and then you would move your person there, and hopefully you remember the square.
Yep.
Yo, it does
That's probably because of the scale of this map.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I was like trying to figure out where the decimals were being calculated. Okay.
Okay, well, some people get decimals. Oh, now it's not doing decimals.
Really? Oh, yep. It started. Maybe I just got placed. In
Oh, you had to center your square.
Yeah.
Because when I drop you, it doesn't drop you in the exact square.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So now
But
it's
now
not.
after click. Okay. So, let's do a little bit more drawing on here. Tingle. Graves. There are obviously buildings on top of here. You can just assume around the entire thing there is a large standing, probably like a 15-foot wall, 15, 20-foot wall that surrounds this tree. The tree itself spans about 115 feet across, and like I said before, about 600 or 700 feet tall. As you as the last of you appear, though, you are welcomed, as you see in the front of this tree, with all of you standing there, a large body stands up. What is this one? 1 second. Okay. You need both of those. We'll go with him. Oop. A large giant stands up in front of you. This giant makes the ones that you had seen down in under the earth in Volcaron, that makes them look tiny. This thing is where the other ones you saw were like 15, maybe 20 feet, maybe like 17 feet tall. This guy is standing at least 25 to 30. Absolutely huge. You see lightning bolts glinting in his eyes as he looks at all of you and says, "It seems you've made it to the final trial." But this voice is booming. It doesn't even sound like it's coming from him. It's coming from the clouds. Says, "Since you are here, let us have it out. What have you come to do?" Is it just seek glory? Is it to gaze upon and offer your communion with Cord? I need to know how best to test you. You have proven your worth to be here, but now
I forget the size of the spearhead. Is it something that Thel could, like, I mean, granted, it might be unwieldy, but kind of wield, or is it like taller than Thel? I can't remember.
It is like 12 feet tall.
Okay.
It is barely wieldable. Like, barely carryable. Like, Felix dropped it onto the spider dragon's head by almost a sheer dumb luck.
I forget, did we Is the spear's completely like together, right?
We just have this
The spear is
spear
completely
head.
together. It just has no haft.
Yeah, we have the spear head.
And
Okay.
all of you guys immediately get a
Just what I
flashback
thought.
to that shared vision you had of the spear being on top of the tree, being struck by lightning, and as it was struck by lightning, falling down to the ground with a haft built into it.
Yeah, I think Thel goes over to Carrick and gets the bag of holding and pulls it out and says, "We're on a quest here to return Cord's Thunder Spirit to this world. There's a darkness that comes from the east, and we require a weapon of great power to fight it."
And as you pull it out and like it lays on the ground, he says, "Well then, let's make sure you have the power to wield the spear as it's completed." And he looks up to the air and like puts his sword up, and you see 3 other forms show up next to him, kind of floating in the air. They have one more. Oops. There's 3 like swirling things of lightning and wind show up around it. One, I'm putting it in the tree, but it's kind of like floating up above. He says, "Your task is to defeat us. When you defeat us, a lightning will strike that could reforge the spear's head, or the spear's haft, but only if it is there. Draw your weapons." So, kind of gives you this dual purpose task in that the spearhead needs to get to where it needs to go, and then they have to be defeated. So,
So just paint the picture for me. This giant thing in the middle is a tree.
tree that is 700 feet tall.
Whoops.
700 feet tall. This dude is 30 feet tall.
Yes.
And we got these 3 elementals that have been conjured.
Yes.
Is it
Someone just spit fire.
is
Sick.
it clear from what he said that we have to defeat him as well, or just his minions?
It was clear to him that you must defeat him.
All right.
The minions you would think might not matter as much, and that you see them flying, like they may be like, this is a 2-front fight, so to speak. People
Sorry,
need to
last
be going up
question.
the tree, and people need to be fighting this guy.
I see. So upon defeating him is when the strike will come down. So it's a timing
Yeah.
thing as well. Got it. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, there's the idea that you might have to wait to do a killing blow, but allowing him to take more strikes on you.
Where's the
and-
spearhead?
On the
Spearhead is
ground
currently
in front of me and Carrick. Yeah.
I wish it
And I'll let
wasn't
you guys
there.
move to where you would want to be. Except for Carrick, you are sitting there stunned.
And what are these? Sorry, what are these gray blocks? I don't know if you mentioned that. If you did,
They're
I didn't
buildings.
think-
They're buildings that probably are about 2-3 stories, but they have doors in them. They aren't. It's much like the rest of this place. Nothing is ruins, but there may be ghosts in there. There may be old clergy What? So there's that, and
Uh,
what you do also see as he gives these orders, um, from around the city, like a giant coliseum forms with all the ghosts from the from downstairs now getting to watch this part as well, having actually been watching the entirety of this in just obfuscated. So
Phil has, kind of slams his sword, stabs his sword into the ground, kind of tightening his bracers, and he yells, Guardian, one final question. What comes of the spirits trapped here at the end of this battle?
It waits for someone worthy to claim it. Is that what you're asking? Like, what happens if you guys fail? Or
No, like what happens? Are the spirits released? Basically, are the spirits released? Like what happens to the city and the curse upon it when we defeat you?
that, sadly, I do not know, as I am one of them, the cursed.
Okay.
So the place we have to get to, this is at the top. Do we know exactly where we're going?
Yeah. Where, from your vision that you had seen, it's like where the branches kind of split off, there is some kind of like open area that lightning has struck.
Okay. And this is how far away-ish?
So the branches start at about 700 feet. You can't just dimension door there.
I'm just making sure.
I was just about to. I was just looking at the same thing. I was like, can I dimension order the top of the spearhead? But no, there's. Cannot bring objects along as long as their weight, if their weight exceeds what you can carry. So that doesn't help you.
You would be able to carry the spearhead. It just would be, you just can't. You can wield it, but it's with like a net -5.
Well, yeah, but I couldn't like pick it up and dimension door to the top, right? Like that would not.
No, you would end up 200 feet short and possibly grasping at parts of the tree suddenly appearing there.
Well, because how many feet is the tree?
It's mentioned door is 500 feet, and he
Yeah.
was saying that it was like 700 feet.
Okay. Got it.
700 feet to get to, like, the
door
bottom
on other
branches.
people.
You can bring along one
creature.
willing creature
Yeah.
up to your own size.
Yeah. I'll let you guys do a little strategy first. I need to do something. And then we'll go ahead and roll initiative. Here, I'll bring up the turn tracker.
I do think from an agility jumping standpoint, Thel will probably not be the one to get to the top.
I have an idea.
Thel will probably have to be the one down here making the final blow on one of these.
So here's what I was thinking. I just got invisibility. I would love to see about putting the spearhead back in the bag of holding, and then climbing the tree and dropping the spear from the bag of holding. Now, the reason I asked about Dimension Door is if it could be cast on me, that would give me potentially 500 feet of a head start.
Yeah,
and I would do this while invisible. That way,
you and Corrrix could go up the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you teleport yourself, and you can bring someone else with you.
One willing creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So the only thing that sucks about that is that you wouldn't be invisible, but I could be.
Uh-huh.
I can cast invisibility on somebody else.
That's fine. I don't think all of us need to get up there. Like just one with the spear needs to get up there, right? Especially since we have to defeat the rest of these while someone's up there with the spear.
Yeah, and I don't have 3rd level spell slots, so I can't cast this at 3rd level to take other people.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's kind of my idea. I'm happy to like spitball other ideas if you guys have other ideas. But that's kind of my initial thought was if we can get halfway, or like 2/3 up the tree, and this is in the bag of holding. That way, it doesn't weigh as much. And then hopefully, I can talk my way into like, I don't want to say advantage, but some sort of a surety that I won't just completely fall 500 feet. But it sucks that you have to be like, come with me. I could just climb the tree.
I don't know how good of an idea it is for me to be like climbing and jumping and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It sucks that you can't.
Yeah.
Because I can go up. I think I can climb. Make a running jump the distance you covered. Number of feet equal to your dexterity. So, like, I don't know how fast I can get up the tree. That's so tall. Because that's the annoying thing. You guys have any other ideas?
It would almost be easier if we could dimension door first to some other ledge, but it sounds like maybe there isn't one. And then I just feather fall my ass back to ground or something.
I mean, I'm sure there are larger branches we could look at in Dimension Door. Like, if you're shooting to go as high as you possibly could go, I think that might cause some more questionable landings because you're not quite sure how high and what you can see.
So if you could get like halfway up, because you could see, like you could Dimension Door realistically probably to a branch that you could see.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then you're okay, like just jumping off and feather falling if you need to.
Yeah, right.
Or honestly, if it's high, I mean, depending on how high you guys go, well, you won't want to be out of range, but he might be able to just shoot things from up in the tree anyway.
That's true too, yeah. I could just be trying to blast, depending on how far I get, I could be blasting from up there and just feather fall when needed.
Because I would guess one of these, I mean, yes, if Felix goes invisible, that gives us an advantage there, but I'm guessing at least one of these would go after Felix or try to pursue him. So somebody up there to attack whatever's pursuing him would probably be advantage.
Yeah, well, he's going to be maybe invisible, so it's probably going to...
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I think if I'm invisible, then at the very least, like, we don't have to worry about... I can still get hit. Something could still happen, obviously, but hopefully that would give me some sort of advantage. If not,
yeah, I'm sure he'll find a way to still hit you, but.
And I don't know what happens when you're in the tree and the intermittent lightning that hits the tree happens. That might.
Well, I guess we'll find out, right? Like, who knows?
I don't think it'll kill us, but it's probably not going to be great.
I've already cut my own hand off, so see what happens. Does that sound like a good plan? Like we can try and like I'm happy to do whatever. That's my initial thought. So if we want to do something else, let's
It seems reasonable to me. Let's see. We'll have to ask.
Phil was definitely planning on like shot put twirling, throwing the spear at this giant, and then hitting it with his javelin of lightning. But you know, we can skip that.
This is the reason why we can't do both.
True, I just don't know how easy it would be to pick up the spear like right in front of this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like, because my idea is like if we drop the spear, are we supposed to drop the spear into something? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, we have to hold it at the top and have a lightning hit it as we defeat the last enemy.
That's gonna be, I think, the hardest part. But I can cast.
Well, and I think Christopher wouldn't have a hard time with his jumping.
Ability. Yeah, I have a way to at least give myself some sort of advantage on strength, even if I'm not super strong. I think I can make this work.
It is crazy how different Roll20 is after taking just 6 weeks off of using it.
Roll20 really sucks. I hate it.
It's so much better than it used to be. Do you have a preferred VTT?
Albert Rodeo.
What?
Albert Rodeo.
Alba Rodeo?
Yeah. It's just maps and dice and everything else. You kind of just have to manage outside of it.
Yeah.
This is the second time when my character sheet is just now broken and like I can't move it and I can't close it.
I never have these troubles.
Yeah, I never have those problems.
Okay, so who else needs to roll initiative? Chris and Thel.
Bells. Initiative rolls just trash every time. It's like he knows to flush the initiative roll. Like, who cares if it goes first, and then just crit on every hit roll.
No. Let's see.
I mean, I go first,
Elemental.
but I will go last.
Dex plus 5, so 8 plus 5 is 13. Holy. Yowzers, Bowsers. Okay, why do I have 2 of people? Just go through and delete the ones that are duplicate. Christopher gets his 21. Bell gets his 6. Felix. Carrot gets his 8, and Felix gets his 12. Man. I rolled 2 natural ones for initiative. Anyways. Okay. And then let's add one more thing. Okay. Christopher, what are you doing?
Right, I'm not going up the I'm not going up the tree, right? I'll just be on attack. Is that right?
Yeah. Or whatever else you want to do.
Sure. Let's
We'll have to see. I'm not sure how much climbing these guys will do quickly, so that may need to change. But as of right now, I would say hit them with something large and heavy.
yeah, let's try on the minions first. Come to rage. Rage. Yep, and I just attack the closest one. This guy. Attack.
Attack.
Reckless.
That is a hit.
Attack. Reckless.
That is also a hit. So let's see. That is a total of 20, 26, 37, 41 points of damage between those two. It's a magical weapon, so well hit. You are hitting wind, which is kind of weird, but as you like hit through it, the like lightning that's inside of it, like it's almost the fire from the pyromol like rips up through the lightning veins of this thing, and it like starts to fry it and almost like dissipate the wind that is swirling around, and the thing becomes a little bit smaller as you hit it. It's an interesting thing about elementals is they lose their life, it slowly diminishes. So I said that was 42. Perfect. Big hits. Do you do any other movement or that?
Nope.
So it
Okay.
gets smaller. Are we able to visually tell, like, did that significantly seem to hurt it, or is it seem totally fine?
That seems to have significantly hurt it. Okay. Next is the lair action. Someone roll a d4. A 3. So on a 3, everybody make a Constitution saving throw as a peal of thunder occurs that is absolutely disorienting. Felix, you are considered deaf for the next round as this thunder like peels into your brain, and yeah. I don't exactly know what the deaf condition does, but you are deaf. You cannot hear anything if people are going to yell to you. You're like almost like kind of like fuzzy-eyed as you're hearing, feel a little bit of blood almost trickled out of your eardrum. That brings it to this air elemental's turn, who is going to, having seen its compatriot, it's actually going to fly its full 90 feet so that it can be in between. That's 20. Okay, yep. It's going to fly up and actually move right next to you. It's technically on top of you, but we won't do that. It's like you're like being whipped up into this. Make a DC 13 strength saving throw. You have advantage on this. Realize that this doesn't. That's for you, Christopher.
What was that? Sorry.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, strength. Go. Did it.
You feel as this thing turns into an absolute whirlwind as you it starts to like lift you up a little bit, then you like take a hammer, slam it down on the ground, and then like hold on to it as you're able to stand your ground and not be flung by it. However, you still take 15 points or 7 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to half, so 3 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks that are picked up by this whirlwind pelt you in the face. And that will end its turn, bringing it to Felix.
Okay, Felix is going to take his movement and I guess some of his bonus action move to Corrrix. And then he's going to grab Corrrix by the arm and cast invisibility on himself so that Corrrix knows that I am. Where's the spear and bag of holding actually?
Thel,
I don't know if the spear's still on the ground or if
yeah,
being
Thel had
held.
kind of thrown it out in front of him. It's
In front of who? In front of himself?
yeah, I had kind of thrown it down. I don't know, so it's like 5 feet in front of me. Why can't I ping?
Okay, cool.
Where did ping go?
So I'm gonna actually use an object interaction to get the spear back into the bag of holding, and then I will move to. Oh,
Ping.
is that an action? An object interaction is free, right?
It's free, but I will say because of the size of this thing, you need to make a strength check.
Okay.
Or athletics.
Ooh.
The DC isn't high. You're just trying to coax it into a bag.
Oh, sick.
You lift this thing and plunge it deep down. Your new, like, eldritch strength that you just received, doing who knows what level of harm to the world, is backing you up, and you slam the spear back into the bag of holding as you go invisible, standing next to Corrrix. Okay, that's you, Corrrix. What do you do?
So, looking up the tree, like if I want to dimension door as high as I could onto a branch, or like are there lower down branches that I could aim for to get me at least partially up the tree? What do I see here?
Make a perception check, as it is dark and a lot of the light that you get is just from the lightning strikes. Natural 20. You see, it may require some level of movement, but there is a like weird outstretched branch, probably about 350 feet up, that would definitely be safe for you to land on.
Okay. I am going to grab onto Felix and dimension door both of us to that branch.
Okay. Yeah. You end up about 350 feet up, about right here. We'll say that that is that feels like the if we did our hypotenuse math. You're moving diagonal. You can't go straight up. It's,
Hypotenuse math is broken in D&D anyway.
yeah. But yes, you land there. You still have a bonus action.
I don't know that I have any bonus actions I want to use.
Okay. Next up is the other air elemental. This air elemental is seeing as how you guys just disappeared, immediately going to use its action and dash to move up closer to you. It is, so with that, it is about, what's that, 20, 180. It's about 150 feet below you still, though. So it can fly at 90 feet and dash, so yeah. But that will be its turn, which brings it to Thel's turn.
Yes. Guess I'll also move a little closer. Bell will orient himself here where there's a straight line from me to giant guy. And I want to throw my javelin. The air elementals are taller too. How tall do they stand?
They stand about 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out angle here. If I can throw my javelin where it will be at least 5 feet above Christopher's head, but the lightning would hit the air elementals and then travel towards the giant. Because the giant's tall, so I would be aiming higher. That launch angle
Sure.
thing
With
makes
that,
sense.
make a dexterity check to see how well you can aim this, and then do your attack roll. 11. With an 11, I will give Christopher advantage on his saving throw. Good, it's still gonna hit him. But make your attack roll. Yes, a 30 will hit.
Okay.
You don't get the radiant damage.
Well, it does say at the end, though, it says on a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6 lightning damage.
Yes. So no matter what, he takes that 11 damage, and then they make their dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, DC 13 dexterity.
That's a 7 plus 5 is 12. That's a 17. So the second one makes it, and then the last guy just gets a +2. That's a 15. So he saves, but so roll your 4d6.
Oof.
So 8. So these two, and it takes half as much on a save.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy takes the full 8 reduced to 4 because they have resistance. This guy takes 4 reduced to 2 because he has resistance. This guy just takes the 11 because he is fully immune to electricity damage. And he looks at it. He like pulls the javelin out of him and he smiles at you. He's like, "Brother," and like tosses it down onto the ground. As like the lightning as it like went through him. Oh, and Christopher, make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. Oh, you made it. You take 2 points of damage, or 4 points of damage. But as you watch the lightning like almost get like absorbed into the giant's beard as he as it doesn't do anything to him. Next is the air elemental. Seeing you
I would
stand its
still
ground,
have. That's not both my attacks, though, right? Yeah.
No, I guess yeah. You have your second attack.
Yeah, so I'll just move up and I'll.
19 hits. 18 plus 7 is 25.
Yep.
Big, large hit on this thing as it kind of like crackles with the lightning, not doing much, but then you come down with your sword and woof. It is immediately diminished. But still looking just fine. That brings it to this air elemental's turn, who, seeing as how the other thing wasn't able to move you, is going to take its 2 slam attacks on you, Christopher, which is a 16 plus 8, which I assume hits, and a 17 plus 8, which I assume hits, which is going to be 2d8 plus 5, so 1, 2, 9, plus 10, plus 10, 29 points of bludgeoning damage halved. to 14 points of damage. Okay. That makes it the storm giant's turn, who points at you guys and says, "My turn." And as he points, he takes his sword, stabs it into the ground as you watch a lightning bolt straight down, looking to not care that it's hitting his friends. And I need the two of you to make a dexterity saving throw. As the lightning bolts that came before were natural and small. This thing is fucking giant.
Can I see this, or is this regular?
You see him do that. I'll say yeah. You can use your danger sense on this one. 15. So neither of you make the save. This one's big, so I'm just going to do it on the roll. Sure. Holy shit.
Wow. Yeah.
That's you take 90 points of damage.
I use at least for L, I'm doing my spirit shield. So 3d6. Can I use that?
Yes, you can. That is. Oh, nope. Stop.
No.
You can still do that. I rolled d12s. It was supposed to be d8s. I was saying, how did 12d8 get 90 damage? That would be like a near perfect roll.
It's a lot of damage.
49.
Feels better.
Literally
Still a
half.
lot, but
Minus 10 for me
Um,
from his spirit shield.
Yeah.
Yep. So 39 points of damage.
I don't want to do
Let's
that.
see.
My calculator.
You feel, though, as that lightning comes down, Thel, and you take it, you feel like your gloves start to tingle. As if energized, not completely, but energized by the sheer electrical energy that just came down from the sky. But I need to roll for the other two dudes. Fail. They both take 49 divided by 2 is 24. On the plus side, the two air elementals look pretty fucked up. Okay. Next up is you, Christopher.
I think I puke first, and then I don't know. I'll just swing at the smaller of the elementals.
That would be the one to your right.
All right, swing at that guy. Reckless. Shit,
That is a miss.
that's ridiculous. There we go. Just split those.
Yep. So that is a hit, and as this one comes through, you like come up from underneath, and it almost feels like there's no resistance, as it just like turns into wind and blows away as this thing is defeated. Any movement or?
I'll stay here, I guess.
Okay. Lair action. I need someone to roll a d4. 2. So with the 2, I need everyone to make a strength saving throw. Okay. Corrrix and Thel, you are let me roll a d4. You are immediately pushed 15 feet down. This, for you, Corrrix, is sending you off the branch. As the wind, it's almost as if that wind elemental became dust. The wind switched and gusted at such a high velocity that you were not able to keep your footing as you, on this branch, start to tumble. Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can hang on to something before you start falling. I would say you slow your fall, so instead of like being 20 feet down, you like grab a couple branches. You're about 5 feet off the edge as you are starting to fall.
So I'm off the branch. I'm falling, basically, right?
Yeah, you like grabbed on to like these branches, but it like snapped and broke. You weren't able to get a good hold, but you didn't like immediately start plummeting. You slowed yourself enough to maybe get some help from your friend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use a reaction and cast Feather Fall.
Okay, so you slow down immensely. So, like even by your next turn, you would be still falling slowly. So
Yeah.
Who has the bag of holding? You or Felix?
Felix does.
Okay.
Remember, he used it to pick up the spear thing.
I didn't know if he just like put it in you or like grabbed it off of you.
No, it was the plan for him to take it.
Okay. So yes, you are starting to fall down. That's this next air elemental's turn. Let's see, does it recharge its thing? Nope. It's just going to all it can really do is take 2 slam attacks on you, Christopher. Does a 20 hit? Yes. But I don't think a 10 will hit. So you just take 6, 7, 8, 13 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 7. Or 6. How's everyone looking?
Fallen, but nice and casually.
I'm doing okay.
I'm gonna be falling for the next 47 turns.
69. Nice.
Well, what, 350, and then you fall at 60 feet per... because of Featherfall, it's just you fall your moving speed.
Yeah.
Which is still weird. You're still falling at 60 feet per... You're still falling at 10 feet per second, which still feels like it would hurt. But...
Yeah, I guess the logic is that you can withstand your own speed. I don't know.
What I like to do is it slows you down following, but then at the very end, it goes... you bounce up.
A little extra cushion of feather at the bottom.
So anyways, that is that air elemental's turn, which is going to bring it to Felix's turn.
Great. So Felix is invisible and is going to climb as high and as fast as he can up the tree.
Okay, you have second story work. I think second story work gets rid of the difficult terrain on this too, so you can move your dash, your action, and your dash up.
Okay, so that would be my movement speed is 40, so that would be another 80 feet.
And then if you took your dash action
And
as
then
your
a
bonus
bonus
action, you
action
can move
dash.
120.
Yeah, so 120 feet up the tree.
Okay. I love this, but you do only have one hand.
Okay, fair. So
And
how do you
new-
want to
and new-
adjudicate that?
Newly have
I
one
I-
hand.
would
I-
say that you can only move half that unless you succeed a DC 15 acrobatics check.
And newly has one hand. It's not like he's had it for years and is used to it at this point.
Okay. Perfect. You
Make it up to
you
another
are
break.
just juiced right now. Just
This has been
the
weighing me
amount of
down for so
adrenaline
long.
running through you, like what you're doing is like hooking your stump into like a weird knot, like you know, like how like when rock
Yeah, when you
climbing, they have
stick your
crevices
hand
that
into the
you put
crack.
that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very painful, so if you need me to take some damage, I'll take some damage. too.
Yeah, I'm
It's fine.
gonna say you take 2 points of ouch damage.
Okay, 2 points of ouch. Got it.
Okay, but you are up another 120 feet, which would put you at what, 470?
So we were at 350, so yeah, plus 120 would be 470.
So you're still
Still a little ways away, but
yeah,
I
you're
am
still-
invisible.
Yes, you are invisible. Okay. Next is Corrrix. You are falling.
Okay. So this is the first time I've ever used this spell where I'm going to be falling for multiple rounds. So it's not concentration, so I can do other spells while I'm falling, right?
Yes, you are just falling.
Okay. Cool.
You're falling for the next 6 rounds. Everything down, like I will say, from where you are, you cannot see the giant.
Uh-huh.
You can see this air elemental hurtling towards you,
Uh-huh.
which is what we said. He moved up 180, 200 feet, so he's 150 feet below you.
150 feet.
And on the ground, those guys are all 350 feet away from you.
Okay. 150 feet, huh? Okay, so that's like the edge of my range for like everything.
Everything's at 120.
Yeah.
You are a spell sniper.
What does that mean for that again? That's
Means that the range of any attack spells is doubled.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about that. It hasn't been relevant for a while. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then everything is perfectly fine.
But it has to be an attack roll, not a saving throw.
Yes. Yes. Which means it's gonna need to be firebolt.
Firebolt
On the air elemental that's like 100
Okay,
feet.
make your attack. AC of 15. Oof. Firebolt is wild. The fact
That was
that
a-
you have a
It's
cantrip.
a
that
good
just
roll,
did
though.
30
That was just a really good roll.
Yeah, I know, but still, a cantrip that did 31 points of damage. And you just like look down and you go, hey, and launch this firebolt as you're falling like fucking Mary Poppins.
Yep.
and shoot this thing. It takes a walloping hit, but it's still fine. But was very surprised to be hit by something like that at this point.
It's not
I
quite
think
that
we need
tank.
that.
It's not quite that tank
Hmm?
in the A-Team movie falling and shooting while it's falling, but it's, you know, it's kind of got that vibe to it.
I think we need a
Okay.
Poppin superhero movie now too, where she's like shooting fireballs at, you know, them, yeah, saving the world.
Okay. Well, the air elemental is going to shoot straight up towards you. It doesn't know that Felix is there to try to stop him, so it's going to shoot up another 90. It has to use its dash to get to you. But if it waits, well, you just fell 60 feet as well.
Yeah.
So if you fell 60 feet, you were at 350. You're now at
How good is this
290.
air element? Well, at geometry, is it going to
It's at
dash past him?
200. It can get right to, like, you guys meet at this point. And as you meet, it is going to use its whirlwind. Make a DC 13 strength saving throw. Ah, damn it. Be cool.
My core is
But-
strong as I just float here.
So yeah, that happens. You still take 3d8 6 7 6 7 plus 6 is 13 reduced by half is you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the twigs that are being ripped off of this tree stab into you.
Oh, fun.
It was going to be able to whirlwind you, throw you into the tree. Okay. That's its turn. Fel, you're up.
Dope. Yeah. Fell. Curious, but intrigued by his gloves being so charged, decides to enlarge.
Okay.
Is
You
that a
enlarge yourself.
bonus?
You are
Is that
now half the height of this giant.
Is this bonus? Is that a bonus action or a full action to enlarge? I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if
a
we've
bonus
ever
action.
talked about it. Okay.
Yes, it's a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, so
If it's not, I'm calling it a bonus action now.
Okay. And then come over here and hack at this guy.
Yep, that hits. 21. The 21, it is still alive. Yeah, it's dead now.
Okay. And then that bonus to enlarge. Okay. I think we're good. I guess that's all I've got. I
Okay.
guess I've got more movement. I'll move more towards him. I moved like 10 feet. I'll move.
So move another 20. Okay. Next up is the Storm Giant, who's going to roll. We'll roll this in front of the board. On a 5 or 6, he recharges his big old lightning bolt. That is a 5. He recharges his lightning bolt. However, he's not going to use it right now. And being a fair and sporting man, he is instead going to run up to both of you and take a swing with his. Wait, he has one other thing he could do. I like his magic spells. He's gonna cast detect magic. What use is that in combat? Anyways, he's going to take two great sword attacks on you. The first one will be on Christopher, which does a yeah, that's gonna hit. That's a 15 plus 14, a 29. And then on Fell, he's going to attack. That's a 17 plus 14, a 32 or 31. Does that hit?
Yeah, I'm only
I
17
think
right
if
now.
all
Anyway,
those hit. 2, 3,
I would have hit even
4,
on my 21 armor, which is
6. He does to you, Christopher. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 26 points of slashing damage, reduced to 13. And to you, Fell, he does 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 plus 9, 27 points of slashing damage to you.
Can I use that again, the spirit shield?
Yep. Or, yeah, I guess, can't you use it the number of times equal to your proficiency, something like that?
Just beginning supplemental. It just seems like it's reaction. Is that right?
Okay. I didn't know if there's a limit to it. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. So it'll be 20. What did I say? 27
7 minus whatever.
I need to do 3d6.
Okay, so that's 16.
Okay. That will end his turn. Let me just check something real quick. Oh, that's very good that you can do that forever. I thought it was tied to the number of your proficiency marks. That brings it to you, Christopher.
I think I want to. Next time I'm going to use the. I can make a melee weapon attack instead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, attack.
Attack.
Reckless.
If you don't want to go reckless, you could move to the top side of him to flank.
Nice.
Well, speaking of, here, 1 second, because I've forgotten, since I just told you that, he technically had advantage on you. So let's just see if he crits. He didn't. He got a 19, but so it wasn't a 29 to hit. It was a 33. But take your attacks. That hits. And that hits. You like essentially like come back, like you can reach the top of his thigh right now as you hit. So like you're going for the knee and you just it's like hitting a brick wall. Like it definitely shudders, but not in any way that you would think did that much. Even with these relatively big hits, which what comes out to 20, 36, 42 points of damage. He seems unperturbed and still more interested in Fell because first, the lightning bolt that he threw at him. Second, now the gloves that he has on his hands. You see him smirking and smiling and goes, yes, a battle. It's been too long. And that brings it to the lair action. One person roll a d4. Four. That is going to be, as a 4 happens, out from like this copse where the air elemental, or not air, where the storm giant came out of, something else comes out from underneath the tree, which is going to be out of the tree comes a big rock man. Pouring out. That brings it to you, Felix. You just dashing up the tree?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yep, you're going to have to make the same acrobatics check. Did we say DC 17 last time?
15 last time.
Or did we say 15?
15. I think you rolled a 17.
Okay.
I rolled a 20. I rolled a 24, so we're good. Another 120, so that's 590, right? We were at 470.
Yep, 590. One more turn, and you think that you could get
It's
up
gonna be the one
there.
where I fucking fail.
Oh, you do take 1 point of ouch damage.
1 point of ouch. Got it. Okay.
But that's the end of your turn. Okay, Corrrix, you go from being whirlwinded going around to continuing to plummet. So now the thing is about 60 feet above you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast polymorph on it and turn it into a wolf.
Make a, just to be fair, make a make an Arcana check. A 25. With 25, you would know that elementals in general are just pure beings of energy with no actual like true physical form besides the magic keeping them together, and generally cannot be they have an immutable structure.
Ooh.
You could polymorph yourself into a big bird.
Yeah. It would have been more fun to watch this thing fall.
Fall as a dog.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I just don't want you to.
Well, then in that case, yeah, I'm just gonna firebolt it again.
Okay. Barely hits, but does 28 points of damage. Its diminished form is getting slightly almost like harder to see in this storm, but you still send that up, and yep, it is looking quite hurt. Which then brings it to the air elemental's turn, which, as it's now quite hurt, it is going to fly down and start punching you in the face. Does a 16, 21 hit?
21. Oh, yeah.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Perfect. You take 9 plus 5 is 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this flaming ball of air comes down and just rocks you in the face. And now you're like not just falling gently, like you're going ass over tea kettle down as this flips your momentum. It's going to take a second to get back to right side up.
Okay.
But that's its turn, which brings us to Thel. Thel, you have watched this earth elemental just climb out of the ground.
Yep.
Yup.
How quickly... If I cast Aura of Vitality, do I get to immediately do a 2d6 heal, or do I have to wait till next turn before it starts? Not clear from the
I
description.
think it starts immediately, but
Oh, yeah, it says you can use a bonus action. So if I use an action to cast it, then I could use my bonus action to do the healing. If for some reason I had used my bonus action before using it as an action, I probably wouldn't be able to. But yeah, so I will do Aura of Vitality.
okay.
And then I will bonus action 2d6. Oh, I gotta move closer to Christopher first. Have been separated. Then I'll 2d6 heal Chris. Here. Yeah.
Okay.
He gets 5 hit points. That's my action. That's my bonus action. That's my movement for now. That is what I will do.
Oh, we need to roll for this guy. Eight with a dexterity of -1. Storm Giant's turn. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. He is not casting light. You know, just for fun, having just taken these two like pretty big hits from no, that's not gonna help him. That's useless. Okay. I think he's just gonna take an attack on each of you again. Does a 19 hit you, Christopher? Yep.
Yep. He's gonna really have to fuck up to miss me.
That was a 5. So he needs to roll lower than a 5. And does a 17 hit you, Thel? I guess it's 29. I don't even know why I'm asking, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think he also has disadvantage. Any
What?
attack.
Oh, he
and-
does have disadvantage on an attack that's not you. That's still a 28. So to you, Christopher, that is 6, 10, 15, 20, 29 points of slashing damage.
That's pretty straight.
Half to 14. And then to Thel. Oh, what a dog shit roll. 3, 6, 9, 10, 15, 18, Wait, that's not right. 6. 23 points of damage.
Yeah, I think
Which
he
I
also
assume is,
has
I assume is going to be reduced by.
and he has
3d6.
resistance.
Wait, he
think-
has resistance too? Because it's not against him?
And when the target hits a creature other than you with an attack, the creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack.
This. And reduce it by 3d6.
But I don't think I'm going to do. I don't.
12.
Yeah, I'm not doing a 3d6. I'm just going to take an attack on him.
Okay.
So what is my damage reduced to?
13. Yep. You do that. These spirits just like flood over him, and you just whack him in the knee, which actually this one you like he feels it buckle for a second and goes, fuck. But then lets out a chuckle. This guy is enjoying himself. Like nothing that he's doing is coming out as malicious or evil or wanting to kill you. It's just coming out as, hey, you signed up for this. Minus, what is that, 25?
Like ghosts
Okay.
with kids. Yeah.
That brings it back to your turn, Christopher.
All right. Real rage, real mad rage. Just going again.
You're super raging.
No, mad. All right, just attacking again.
Hits for another 20 points of damage.
Attacking again.
That hits for another 22 points of damage.
And I think I'm doing my Orcish Fury for one more.
Okay. Hits again. That's 25. So this guy went from chuckling and laughing going to, oh fuck. Like that Orcish Fury one, you just like reach up, like you almost like you have that chain on you. You don't fully let it go, but you hit this guy right in the grundle. right in between. And he's like, oh. He's like he coughs for a second and like spits out something. He's like, I don't think that's ever happened. As you just did what? 20, 42 plus 12 is 52 plus 10, 60, 65 points of damage in one turn. Plus the one before that's for another 25. So you just almost did 100 damage in a turn, essentially. This guy is not looking happy anymore. That'll bring it to the lair action. You need a roll. Three was the thunderclap, right? Everyone make a Constitution saving throw, except for you, Felix. You're already deaf.
Does this in any way tie to me touching something?
No. Why?
Because I'm in the air, so there's nothing to conduct electricity.
It's not electricity, it's thunder.
Okay.
Save. Save. All three of you save just fine. You are not deaf, but your ears are definitely ringing. That brings it to you, Felix.
Let's clunge. Hopefully the rest.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check. For sure. So what did you say you were? You were still...
So it was at 590, so it'd be another 110 feet to get to the top.
Okay, so you do have to use your action. You crest over the top, and this is where it might have been nice to have your hearing. You crest the top, and you see, after that last thunderbolt, a very, very large bird kind of like letting out squawks and seems to be like waking up. You are still invisible, though.
I am still invisible. That might
Okay.
change what I do next turn, though.
Yes, there is. Here, I will just drop the bird on here. He's that big. Just like kind of laying in the center of the, seemingly to have started stirring after these two large thunderclaps. So, Corrrix, that's your turn. You're still falling.
Still falling.
You're falling for, let's see, you've now moved 180 feet, so you're about halfway down.
Okay. Fun. How far away is the air elemental? Is he with me?
60
or
feet.
Huh?
60 feet from you. No, you fell, and it's kind of, you're falling away from him, so he's within, like, probably 30 feet at the beginning of your turn.
Okay. I mean, I want to do something more fun, but I think it makes sense just to firebolt him again.
Get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. $15, 25 points of damage. 25 points of damage is just enough to destroy this guy. And so you're now continuing to fall. But now you're falling freely.
Falling at peace.
At peace, as there's just chaos going around you. You can like barely make out like the fire of the pyramol hitting this giant thing. You see just, you hear the clangs of pitched battle. Okay. That brings it to the Earth's elemental turn, who the Earth elemental can't do a ton. He is just a big old rock man. Yep, he can do one thing, which is roll up on behind Thel and attack twice. That's going to be a 14 plus 8, 20, or yeah, 22, and a 16. Does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Perfect. So you just take 7 plus 5, 13 points of bludgeoning damage as the first hit from this rocky dude comes and hits you in the back of the ribs, and then you are able to turn around and kind of parry off the second strike, which then brings it to your turn.
Gonna bonus action 2d6 heal my homie.
Okay.
Here. Okay, pull up the dice. Come on.
Okay. 4 points of healing to him.
And then I'm gonna hit the earth elemental a couple times.
Okay. Both of those are hits. Takes a total of what? 28, 38, 48, 54 points of damage. Like, you just fully cleave off one of this thing's arms, and it's like reshifting part of its body to create a new little stumpy arm. Anything else you want to do?
That's all I got. Moment.
Okay. Storm Giant realizes that he is fighting some some big old boys. He is going to call his lightning down now after having waited. So I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you. Woof. Save. Not a save. So, what is that? That's the 12d8.
Ooh,
56 points of damage.
I have 57. Those
You're
four-
at 57. The 4 points of healing did something.
That did something. Yep.
Okay, that does that. Fel, you take 20 or 20. 56 divided by 2 is
28.
28. There we go. 28 points of damage.
Does he get disadvantage? Are these just melee attacks? Hang on for that.
No, this was this was not an attack. This was a save.
Okay, got it. So I think I can do the 3d6. This is just takes
Is it
damage.
anytime they take damage?
Yeah, so I think I'll use that
Okay.
one this time.
So get another 10 back. Yowzers, Bowsers. Oh, that's even a bummer, Christopher. We forget this rule a lot. In that,
Oh.
since you were standing next to close enough to Fel, you technically get a +3 on your save, but that still would have been a 16.
Ah, okay.
So remember that if you have the 3
Yeah.
on your token, you get that +3.
Got it.
I wish it would do it automatically, but it doesn't. So, okay. That ends his turn. Christopher, it is now your turn. You are looking very bad. This guy's also looking very bad, but you have no clue if the spear is where it needs to be at this time.
Can I attack non-lethally, or is that, and then we kill him after that, or is that an option?
You don't totally know. You don't know if what defeating him means. Is it killing him? Is it knocking him out? He was a little vague in the instructions.
Well, I think I'm raged. Yeah, I think rage. I don't have cognitive. I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm raged and at 1 hit point. I'm just swinging.
Okay,
Good luck.
you just
Up there.
go after it.
Yeah, I'm just swinging.
Yes, that hits. This one would have to be reckless because you're not flanking, so
Okay, yeah.
he'll have advantage on you next time.
Yeah.
But... Yep, both of those hit. That's another 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 24, 27. 27 plus 12 is 39. Another 39 points of damage. This guy, do a perception check on this guy. Perception or insight, whichever one you want. The rage in your eyes does not see anything that you don't want to just pulverize into meat. You don't know how close or far away this is. You are just mad. Okay. Next, lair action. Someone roll a d4. Three's another thunderclap. So boring. You guys have all survived it enough. Don't even roll. You are just have permanent tinnitus now. Although Felix, you are still deaf. Which
How long does the deafness last?
A minute.
Just curious.
Which has been-
How many rounds we've
What?
done?
I think we've done
4
6.
rounds?
4 or 6. No, 6. 1. I don't know.
I've been
So the
falling.
first round, we misty step. Then I climbed 1, 2, 3. So I think we're
So this is
on
the fifth.
the
This is
fifth
the fifth
round.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I think
5,
this is
but
the-
I
It
was.
has been a
This
total
is the
of
4th round of falling, so plus the round before. So yeah.
yeah. So it has been
Maybe the initiative tracker should keep track of rounds. Might be nice.
It says count 7 on there.
Yeah, but I think that's the number of people, right? 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Anyway,
I'll lodge. I can put in a feature request.
lodge a complaint.
Lodge a complaint. Okay. You climb up there. You are at the top. There is a big rustling bird laying in the middle of this place.
Okay. Is it obvious to me that the bird is where I need to be dropping the spear?
Make a perception check. A 16. You see since it's starting to move, you see just like the glimpses of this like kind of spiraling piece of wood, like because this thing is like a big nest almost with the branches coming out on the ends. Like the canopy is kind of very weird. It's like creates this like almost full dome around it, but in here like it's laying in the middle and you see some things sticking up from the middle. So your best guess would be that it's definitely in the middle there somewhere, but it's pretty well covered by the giant bird right now.
I'm checking something real quick.
I have to go back.
So you guys have like an earring you can communicate with, right? Like, because we're gonna have to.
We're way too out of range.
And he's
How the
deaf.
hell are we
I was
gonna
gonna say
coordinate?
he's also deaf.
And I'm
I'm a
deaf.
little concerned about that. I've been wondering about that. I was like, even if we were in range, can he hear anything?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be pretty obvious when I've done what needs to be done up here.
Or I'm hoping there's some sort of like visual indicator that the lightning is coming, so you can quickly do whatever you need to do to get it in place. But
yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, when do we have to coordinate the killing of this guy? I have no idea if I should even be attempting to kill him. I don't know.
So I mean, I think it's fair to. I think it would be fair for us to say, look, you guys know how fast I can climb, typically,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
So we know
so I
that
think
you're
it's
probably there.
yeah, you know, I'm probably there, if not very close.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty. I think that's kind of fair. That would
Yeah.
be.
Like,
Try to
none
figure
of
out
us
what to
can
do with
realize
the
that
bird.
you have now a bird in your way.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this bird. So I'm still invisible, which means I can get pretty close to it, but I don't have anything that's like. Once I get close, like I've been having concentration this whole time because I haven't been getting hit. I haven't had to roll concentration, and I haven't cast anything else. So it's been great that I haven't been taking any damage, but now I'm like, okay, what the hell am I gonna do? I kind of want to like see if casting thaumaturgy and figuring out some thaumaturgy do exactly. Yeah. I wonder if I cast thaumaturgy, if I can like scare this bird off of the nest, at least. And maybe that's it. Like I don't know how loud it would be, and maybe you guys can hear it down there. But the range is only 30. Well, the range is 30 feet for like where I can cast it. So like, I don't know how loud it's gonna be. Up to 3 times as loud. I wonder if this would be a good time to use the Wind 'em Up Loud Boys.
Ooh.
Draw it out of the nest is all you really got to shoot for, right?
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think I'll try that. I think I'll try to lure it away from the nest with the Wind 'em Up Wind 'em Up Loud Boys, which is a crazy name for something, but.
Okay, what's happening?
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm still invisible, and on me, I still have 2 Wind 'em Up Loud Boys.
Hey,
Do you remember those?
yes, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna wind them up, and I am going to put them down in an attempt to get this bird startled enough that it will leave the nest at least.
Okay. I will say, since you have fast hands, you can do that without an action.
Okay, sick.
I will say you can do one of them without an action because you only have one hand.
Okay, so I'll do one of those, and I guess I'll wait and see what happens because I have another thing I need to do before I can try to lift this spear up.
Okay, are you going to try to move anywhere closer to it? Because you are about 120 feet away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get, I'm gonna go whatever, my 40 feet closer to it, which I guess is here, but I guess this thing is huge. God damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what
30
the
feet would
scale
be
of this map is.
right here, but one back.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do it from here.
Okay, you are going to need to make a stealth check to try to not alert it to your presence.
Even though I'm invisible.
Yeah, it's with advantage.
Okay, cool.
It'd be to hear you.
Got it. Sounds good.
Yes, you are silent as the night. I
am
guess
the
I could
night.
roll for it. It would need a natural 20. Which it got, but I'm not going to say that. You're invisible. There's thunder, there's that. That's funny when you call your natural 20, but yeah. So you are standing there prepared. Do the Wind 'em Out Loud Boys, how long do they take to go off?
You tell me, because I don't remember.
Okay, that means I need to find where the
I'm very sorry. I just have them in my inventory. I did not write down what they do,
Okay.
except that they're loud.
And you have to wind them.
I think
Yeah, I have to wind them. I might have them in my notes somewhere.
Yeah,
But I doubt it.
I think where they are is in my notebook that's currently out of batteries. But let me just.
Yeah, I definitely have it now.
I'm sure they have them. I have them somewhere in notes somewhere, but I'm not going to take that because I don't. Where did you even get them?
I think we got them from some shop somewhere. From the
Yeah.
the
Was it in Hupperduke? Like I
Hupperduke,
can't
yeah,
think of
probably.
anywhere else it would have been.
Yeah, and they haven't been very useful.
About the wind 'em up loud boys. Okay. I will say that it will go off. I'll say that it's a timer. You can choose up to. You can choose how long you want. Like it's a wind up, so essentially you wind it up, and once the wind stops, you it goes off. So I'd say it's anywhere from 1 to 5 rounds.
I wanted to go off this round. Well, here's the last question. How loud actually is it? I am deaf, so I don't care how loud it is. But they're very, very far below. And this obviously is making a noise that's not thunder. If I activate, well, no, actually, I still don't. The range is not good.
Or the eerie.
Would they be able to hear, even if it's faint, a noise that is not thunder?
From 700
Or like the
feet
clashing
up,
of, yeah.
Make an
Is there
intelligence
a-
check.
Is there a volume dial on this? All right, let's see what my intelligence says, I guess.
You think this will work? That they should be able to hear it, and this thing will
Hopefully
definitely
they interpret that.
What?
Okay. So hopefully they interpret that as something.
As go.
Yeah, it's like a go.
Okay, yeah, they should be able to hear it. They might have to be making perception checks. If they were all deaf, then no one would hear it, but you are putting that like hope that the thunder hasn't deafened them either.
Yeah. That's
So
kind of
there's definite risks, but if you this should work, assuming.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
as good a plan as I've got.
Yeah.
To time it as well as we can.
Okay. Brings it to you, Corrrix. You fall another 60 feet, so you're at
120 feet from the ground, or
120 feet.
can I see the mayhem over here, or no?
Yes, you can see everything from your vantage point.
And since I was over here, like, how far away are they? Are they like, they're like 120 hypotenuse 50? So are we saying they're like almost 200 feet away or something?
I'd say they're about 200 feet away.
Okay. Ugh. Okay.
Hey, you did the most important part of this, which was get someone close.
True.
You could have, in retrospect, you should have just waited to cast Featherfall until you were closer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if, because it's a reaction, I wasn't sure if it needed to be a reaction to something. So
It's
well, I God, can't do anything.
You can shoot him with a firebolt.
I can actually, yeah. Back to old faithful, I guess. Yeah. So I'm gonna firebolt the biggest thing I can see, I guess.
Which is the giant.
Uh,
You could dimension door again and be down there.
that's true, I could, huh?
15
Okay.
doesn't hit though.
It doesn't hit.
You're just it's just a bit too far away for you to get a good aim, and it just kind of blazes over his shoulder. Which is, you see him like look up and look down. And he's like,
That's
like
funny.
someone, this might work. That brings it to the Earth Elemental's turn. Who really all he can do right now is take 2 swings on Fell. Ooh, that is a 14.
Hit.
What?
That would. I'm at 17 at the moment, so that doesn't.
Okay. And a 16.
Okay.
You said you're at 17, so you're good.
Yeah.
It is then going to immediately burrow into the earth and move away.
Is there any
So it can't be hit.
opportunity attack?
You don't
with
know where
him?
it is.
Does that burrow not open an opportunity attack?
This thing essentially just turns into a pile of rocks that falls to the ground and reconstitutes itself underneath. So no opportunity attack in this case.
Okay.
He's gone. That does bring it to your turn, Thel.
And our big giant friend is clearly
Looking
ragged.
bad.
Clearly ragged. Okay.
Very ragged.
And I am like a third his height?
You're half his height.
Half?
Yep.
Just trying to decide if it's worth trying to like grapple him. Like maybe like try and pull his arms behind his back and hold him, or
That's a possibility. You could always hold your attack action and wait for a signal. You could... Lots of things you can do.
is that a full action to like prep an attack, or
It would essentially, yeah, you would just say, hey, I'm waiting for this to happen, and then I will use my action.
Okay.
You can use your bonus action to heal someone.
yeah, I'll do my 2d6 heals here on Christopher, because
I will say you can choose yourself, maybe, because you know for a fact if he's at 1, he cannot survive a hit by this guy. But
that makes sense. Yeah,
if you got those 8, you might be able to survive 1.
yeah,
So
I'll do that to myself instead. Yeah, I'm enlarged. My gloves are like weirdly crackling. Like I'm like, yeah, I can wrestle with this guy. So I'm gonna try and like grapple him to sort of incapacitate him.
opposed athletics roll. He gets a plus 14.
So I'm rolling athletics. Am I rolling just a strength check?
Yeah, you're both rolling athletics to see if you can grapple him.
Okay. But when does that count as a strength check? Because it's based on strength? There's just something about strength
yes.
checks when I'm enlarged.
Yes, you have advantage because you're enlarged.
Okay.
A 24 is very good. It does not beat a 32. You try to grapple him, and since you are only half his height, he's able to just like backhand you away. That's one of your attacks. You can choose to try again, or you could attack him with your sword. But you can no longer hold your action to attack. You've began your attack action.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Not that I'm not going. It's not non-lethal, but I am just trying to just cut his leg off. Like, not necessarily kill him.
Okay. $17 hits. 17 plus 8. Or not 17 plus 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 18 points of damage. It's funny that you said you were going to pull your punch, and that's like the least amount of damage you've ever done on an attack. But he is looking like, you know that, I make a perception check. Yeah, you're kind of in the same spot as like this guy looks incredibly hurt. You don't know if it would only take one swing or two swings, but you're definitely like he is as bad as you two are, pretty much. So that brings it to the Storm Giant's turn, who is going to take his first attack on Thel, who just hit him. He has disadvantage because it's not Christopher. Oh. Oh! Nope. 18. So he hits, and he does 5, 6, 7. 7 plus. He does 28 points of damage to you.
Is that with resistance?
Oh, with resistance, that takes down to 14.
Should we do it? Let's do. Yeah, let's do that. Reduce the 3d6.
You take 2 points of damage. And that will then attack you, Christopher, who you did go reckless last time, so you get advantage on. That's going to be a 32 and another 32 on you. Or no, just one 32 because we only had one attack left. He is going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 plus 9 is 26. You take 26 points of damage.
So so how does
He's gone down in a
Relentless
while.
Rage?
You're
Relentless
you're an orc, aren't you?
and Relentless Endurance.
You are at 1 hit point.
I'm already at 1 hit point. Yeah, but which can I
You
choose?
go
Which one?
unconscious and then stand back up.
But I can choose which one I want to do first.
I guess is it different? I thought it was just you can.
Relentless Rage is I have to keep rolling a DC 10 Constitution, which I guess is nothing because it's 10.
Yes, that's a barbarian thing. With your orcish ability, you just come back up to 1 automatically 1 time. You don't have to roll anything.
Save that for the last time because the other ones I have to roll for. So if I fail on one, will it default to saving on the other?
I think you have to use. I think you have to just.
Pick
I think
one.
you have to use your orcish endurance first, and then we move to the relentless endurance.
Okay. Because that one I can come up. Oh no, it's a reaction.
You're up at 1 again. If you get knocked down again, then you start rolling.
I can make 1 weapon attack with reckless endurance or whatever. I'm not going to do it because I'm still holding off. Okay, yes, I'm back at 1 hit point.
You're at 1 hit point, and that really brings it to your turn.
Because I'll hold my actions for.
Hold your actions to attack and wait to get a signal.
Yep.
Okay, brings it to the lair action. Someone roll a d4. A 1. Shit, what did we say a 1 was?
I don't remember if we got a 1.
No, I don't think we ever got a 1. Somebody else roll another d4 to see who the lightning bolt goes for.
Oh.
Four. It goes for Fell. Fell, make a dexterity saving throw. (21). You take 4, 8, 10, 11, reduced to 5 points of lightning damage as you get struck by lightning
My
from
gloves.
the sky.
Do my gloves do anything cool?
No. They are still just humming and electric. Felix, that is your turn. At the end of your turn, the loud boy will go off.
Okay, sick. I'm going to take my invisibility off, and then I'm going to cast. Where is it? Enhance ability on myself. I'm going to use the bull's strength to give myself advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
I am going to remove the spear from the bag of holding, and hopefully, and what I'd like to do is hold the action to, like, I guess, to lift it up, like, and use my movement to move to where the bird is, if this works, which I hope it does.
As you are closer, you see this, like, and the bird is rousing more. You see the, like, pedestal with where it looks that this thing needs to be placed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'd like to try and get it there and place
Try
it
and
there.
put it on that. Okay. Put it on there. Make a just a straight strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna do this with advantage.
We'll say DC 15. Oh, look at that. Didn't even need the advantage.
Well, you don't know. It could have been a 4.
You take it and using your object interaction, just like force it up on there as the and it kind of like slots into place almost as if it fits like a glove. And just as that happened, the loud boy goes off. I need everyone. So Corrrix, make a perception check. Everyone just make a perception check. Ah, perfect. Perfectly done. Christopher, even though Thel like definitely hears it and like looks to you, you automatically hear this sound that it is the only type of thing you could think about it would be that it is a signal to go.
Fuck off, guy.
Take your 2 attacks on him. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 plus 3 is...
Oh, and I don't think I'm raging. Wait, so that's the one thing about this. I think
No, well, you keep your rage even because you're not ever technically unconscious.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool.
You kept your rage.
Right.
So what is that? 15, 21, 24. And the last one is 23 points of damage. With 6 hit points left, you take your hammer and just like barely stumbling, like you've hit the knee. He drops down to a knee and his head goes down, and you just are able to just like jump up and swing around and catch him under the chin as he flies up backwards, lands on the ground. And as he's down on the ground, you just start hearing a chuckle, and that chuckle is coming from the sky as you see a like tempest starting to roil, and a lightning bolt about the size of the tree comes down, cracks on top of the tree. That giant bird up on top of there, Felix, you watch it immediately evaporate. And this thing, it just like happened to take roost up here. This was not part of the actual thing.
I did wonder if that would be the case, but you
know. Make a dexterity saving throw, Felix.
Where is dexterity? Pop, pop.
Okay.
Thank God
you have
I'm
a
rolling
choice.
well today.
You have a choice. You can either stay here and take some amount of damage, or jump off the side of the tree.
I'm gonna jump off the tree.
Okay. You are plummeting from...
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
You jump off the tree. As the tree actually is completely split in half. And it like starts to peel off going the other way. The earth elemental's gone. Everything is gone. You watch as the storm giant kind of like sits up for a second, gets on a knee, and nods to you and says, freedom, and starts to disapparate and go off into motes of light. You watch those same things kind of start happening to the ghostly like arena that is cheering so loudly it's drowning out the thunder. It's like its own thunder. Like it's this like ancient like cry of the two gods that they served here, as the tree falls apart, and as it falls down, like kind of splits through the Colosseum walls, and the same thing, the ghosts begin to disapparate, go into motes into the sky, where now there is still that thunder, but it's much more of a calm storm than the kind of erratic, hard storm that it was. Felix, is your or not Felix, Corrrix, on your next turn, you are on the ground. Finally. No worse for actually. You took some hits. But you come down, land, as everything's kind of falling around a part of you. You like quickly get out of the way as the tree is splitting and slowly falling. Make a perception check. You are like, whoa, that's crazy. The other two of you, yeah, I guess we'll just keep going through initiative. Do you do anything else, Corrix?
So I'm assuming I noticed the lightning hit the top of the tree.
You're watching the tree split in half.
Yeah. So when I look up, can I see that Felix is falling? Do I know this?
Not with that 4 perception.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're watching branches explode out and the ghosts disappear. Like there's a lot going on.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to. I think I would be continuing to look for him though, even if it has to be on my other turn. Because I think like logically I would know lightning just hit this tree, like he's either dead up there or I'm gonna see him fleeing, right?
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna keep standing. You can move down here and just keep standing and looking up to try to glance him as absolute chaos is going around you.
yeah.
Okay, that brings it to Fell's turn. What do you do? You can see pretty much directly behind you where the tree has split. There is a radiant blue glow emitting from the center of the tree. How it's split, you would still probably have to like work your way to it, but you see that just immediately. But is there something else you want to do?
I remember on lay on hands in combat. It's a bonus action on lay on hands.
No, lay on hands is your full action.
Full action.
They changed it to a bonus action in D&D 2024, but it's an action.
Yeah, I'll go check out what I'm assuming is a lightning imbued spear now. So
okay, you start moving your way through there. It's hard to move through. Make a strength check because you're like having to like break other pieces to get through it. Yeah, the 17, it's slow going, like you're trying to like push through and you're also huge, but you're slowly moving towards, we'll say you get about a quarter of the way into the tree. Christopher, what do you do?
I'll probably just look up too to make sure I was not 100% sure I was doing it at the right time. Make sure it's all good, and just kind of also looking up for what chaos I just.
Okay. While you're looking up, make a perception check. Your rage drops. All the amount of pain that you are in is suddenly flooding into you. A 20. You see a little purple speck going ass over tea kettle flying out of the tree.
I just point right at. Ah!
Okay. Not that there's a ton you can do right now, but you do see him falling. He's way up there, though.
How fast does he fall? When he doesn't have feather fall, obviously.
You would start falling at it's technically your movement, but your movement is so much faster than other people, so it kind of breaks down. We'll say you're moving at 150 feet around.
Maybe I'll even run under, just completely.
Just trying to time it to catch him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So 150. What is the range on the earrings again?
What is the range on the earrings?
See if I have it.
I think it's 500 feet.
Let's see if I have it here. 120 feet.
120 feet? Okay. So you're still well out of range.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna keep following.
Okay. Nothing else you can do? Okay. You're able to at least right yourself and not be falling, like, tumbling.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like skydiving type.
Carrick, you can make another perception check with advantage, as Christopher has pointed it out, but you still need to pinpoint it. Yeah, with a 17, and as he's gotten closer, you're able to find him and like kind of get your bearings and start doing the math of how to do whatever you're going to do.
What's the range on Featherfall?
60 feet.
Okay, sick. This is gonna be fun.
You've been falling 700 feet, and in the last 60, you gotta pray that Carrick saves you before you go splat. that tracks.
Yeah.
So he's at this point, he's at like 550 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 700 minus 150, yeah. So
Yeah.
How many people is Featherfall on?
You can cast Featherfall on
Up to 6.
up to 6 people. Yeah,
What
you're
if I
spell 5.
If I
I
also
believe-
jump up to catch him and he casts it on me, can I like half catch him? I don't know.
I don't know if that's any better.
it's okay. Just it's okay. We're gonna.
Okay.
How many rounds have to pass? Does anyone? I think like Scott. Don't let me interrupt, but I think it makes sense to just like let rounds pass, and I'm getting closer until we get something
the
useful.
only thing
Unless
I
someone
would
has
say
something
is,
fun to
if
do.
anyone has something they're doing, Fel probably
Hacking my way through
is
a
the only one
tree.
doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that that's just happening through with that 17. You're slowly but moving. Essentially, the two things will happen at once.
Okay. When I get to 120 feet, I do want to activate the. When I feel like I'm getting close, I do want to activate the messaging earrings.
Okay.
And tell Christopher specifically, say I may die, and if I die, that's okay. Make sure you take care of my parents. And it's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, so instead of waiting for him to fall to like the precipice of crashing, is he's gonna be like basically my reaction speed would have to be like pretty quick, right?
Yes. That is the risk here.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it makes more sense. I am gonna dimension door to like 60 feet below him and then cast Featherfall on both of us.
Okay. I am going to need an Arcana check. Or what kind of check do you want to make to pull this off? Because you are just appearing in the middle of air and then trying to relocate and find someone to cast the spell on.
Well, probably
And I'll say we are at 400 feet right now.
400 feet.
So wait, it's a Featherfall. You see it as also as Spell Sniper too. So is that?
That's
I'm
only for
attack
attack.
spell, though.
Don't ask the barbarian about magic.
I think it's probably all you really have to say is that I need to gain my bearings and pinpoint him, and then at that point it should be kind of a given. So I guess I don't know if you want to make it like a
I'll let you either
perception.
make a dexterity check or a perception check. Perception would be able to like find him. Dexterity is like righting yourself to look up to where there's no way you would miss him.
Yeah. I mean just I'm better at dexterity. I think perception makes more sense though. I don't know. I guess it go either way.
Make a
By
perception
dexterity,
check.
you mean like basically an acrobatics check? I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You cannot quite see him this round.
Okay.
You're still fluttering.
Okay. So I'm not going to cast Featherfall yet. Then I'm gonna try to pinpoint him while I'm falling before I do.
Okay. How this would work, I think. How far below him? You were 60 feet below him?
Yeah.
He now, unless you do something, Felix, you are going to rocket by him because speed, you haven't gotten up to terminal velocity yet, Corrrix.
Yeah. Well, and that was kind of my thought with being below him is even if he passes me, as long as he goes to me and not past me by more than 60, right? So 120 feet of leeway there for me to
Yeah.
still be in range.
Okay, Felix, you are flying past. You see Corrrix appear. Is there anything you tried to do?
Let me try and grab onto him.
Okay. I'm saying that he did his math to get there well. He's still kind of flailing, like trying to turn himself around to see you. You can hit directly into him, but in order to stay connected to him, you're going to need to make a strength check, which you still have advantage on because of Bull's strength. Just rolling lights out.
He reaches out with his stump. Grab my good hand.
So you do that. You essentially get into a bear hug. You are now doing like flips over each other, but Corrrix, you're very calm of mind. You just fell. You just did this. You're able to immediately cast Featherfall, and you guys are falling lightly to the ground. I will say though, you just hit people at a certain amount of speed.
Yeah, I was expecting some damage.
Yep, you guys both take, let's see, 150 feet would be, how many is it per 10? We'll just do all of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19 points of bludgeoning damage as one of you immediately stops and the other person is hit by a truck. So are people still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, but you are now falling delightfully down to the ground. And you land not gracefully, but on your backs, but alive. Just for the sake of fun, if for some reason no one was able to get him, it would have been 234 damage.
Yeah, super dead. Dead,
You
like,
would've-
like splattered all over everybody. Dead.
Yeah.
I fully accept that.
I accepted my choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I wonder what is the average of, I guess 70 times 6 is what? Oops. 420 plays it. So yeah, both of those were average rolls. Okay, so I guess we'll end with Thel. You finally made your way through, and what you see in front of you is the 12-foot spearhead connected to about an 18-foot shaft of the twisting wood that has been pretty much cauterized into almost like a metal. That is held together at the bottom though by almost this like fresh bloom of where this tree has kind of been like blackish bluish. This is like a dark rich brown. That's almost like what's connecting it at the end is like the new sapling of this tree going to regrow again, and maybe 800 years from now we'll have another. And you sit there, you're able to kind of just move the iron rodded haft of this twisting wood like the money trees, like that going up, and it snaps off gently, and a couple little green buds break out from the snapped piece as a light rain starts to fall. And as you grab onto this, you feel that electricity in your gauntlets hum even more, and your gauntlets have now reached the exalted state, which I can tell you what that does later.
Hell yeah.
And you guys have completed and gotten Cord's Thunder Spear repaired.
Awesome. That was a really fun session, man. I really like that
Okay.
one.
Good. Yeah, you guys crushed your trials, except for Carrick.
I would not say I crushed my trial.
I would say you did the wrong thing for the world, the right thing for Felix.
I think it would have been totally acceptable to just like end the entire campaign because Carrot couldn't remember his mom's name.
I mean, I should have done it more because I gave you 3 strikes. I should have said that you were like from the beginning. You should have been stunned for a round or something or you arrived late. But I just kind of goofed and didn't want to retcon. But well, cool. Next up, war. But yeah, that was a ton of fun, guys.
Thanks, man.
What for our next game?